So come on up here. We're going to induct 3. You have a thing. Okay, we have, I guess we'll do this all at once. We have Kirby, Tassos. Somewhere in here, Kirby, is your, I'm going to go ahead and, before we get to the pictures, we will, we'll do that. There's one. You look that over while we get the next one. Ray Fox. These gentlemen are why I do what I do. I go, you know, you have to go through a lot of stuff before you ever get somebody to the point of being able to get their documentation together. So, Russell, it's in here somewhere. You saw it, didn't you? Okay. So you want to take over now?
Gentlemen, will you raise your right hand? Having been accepted as a member of the Dallas chapter of the Texas Society of the Sons of the American Revolution, do you, as a descendant of one of the patriots and heroes of the American Revolution, affirm your ancestors' faith in the principles of liberty and our constitutional republic? And will you pledge to support the patriotic, historical, and educational objectives of the National Society of the Sons of the American Revolution? I take pleasure in presenting you your membership certificates. And are any of you accompanied by family? Then I will have compatriot Pinkerton present you with your rosette. Now, this rosette is the official emblem of the Sons of the American Revolution. Its blue and buff colors represent the colors of the uniform that was worn by General George Washington. Wear it proudly, as we all do. Compatriots, we welcome you to the Dallas chapter. We ask that you work with us to fulfill the purposes and objectives of the Sons of the American Revolution. At this time, we invite you to say a few words about your ancestor.
My ancestor came about by my mother. She worked for a man, Alfred Pendleton, for 21 years at the Federal Department of Agriculture. She knew that somehow we were related, but didn't know how. Well, I found out how. Benjamin Pendleton was a Minuteman from Amherst, New Jersey. Not New Jersey, Virginia. And he is also the second great-grandfather of my great-grandmother and my fourth great-grandfather. I appreciate everything he's done and all the roads and trips I've been on and all the people I've got to know in this church. Thanks.
My name's Ray Fox. I'm doing this for my mother. She had been after me for like 20 years to join. And so here I am. My ancestor is Frederick Fox. He was he started at the beginning, fought in the battles up in New York, was in Valley Forge. He was a drummer boy in the Pennsylvania Regiment, and very proud to be a part of one of his ancestors and for what all he did for our country. Thank you.
I'm Kirby Tassos, and I'm very surprised to be here. It seems like only yesterday I was talking with a member of the Greek church. He was a member of the SAR, and he said, well, you know, and I had heard I had an ancestor in the revolution. He said, you ought to check it out. And I went to the website, and I'm not a computer guy either. It usually says Safari will not open the page. So I typed up SAR, and miraculously it came up. Must be a divine intervention. And I typed in a little letter, and I got a hold of Jerry Pinkerton contacted me, and the rest is history. But I looked up my ancestor. His name is Thomas Amy. His ancestors were from France, and they came over in 1670, I believe. And he was based in what is now Tennessee. It used to be North Carolina, and he fought in the North Carolina Regiment 3 under General Jethro or something. I don't remember his name. And he was a supply captain. He got all the supplies by some means for the Revolutionary War. And at the end of the war, I believe George Washington awarded him a couple thousand acres in Tennessee, which is now the town of Rogersville, Tennessee, which I think he's founded the town and donated it to the city. So that's my ancestor. I'm very proud to be here. Thank you.
Go ahead, Tom. We're going to present you these challenge coins, and Tom will explain what the challenge coins are.
The challenge coins that we give out to new members and to special guests from time to time actually started during about World War I. It goes way back in antiquity, but World War I is where we can establish the fact that there was a troop of the new flyers that were just doing the biplanes, and they were flying over Europe. And they had a squadron that had gone out many, many times. And one of the guys wanted to celebrate it, so he got a little coin made to give to all of the pilots in the squadron. As luck would have it, they're over France, they're over Germany, one gets shot down, he's taken captive. And of course, he doesn't speak anything but English, and he's roughed up and kept as a prisoner, and finally he escapes and he gets over to the French lines. Well, the French lines, he still couldn't speak French, but he had no identification because everything was taken away from him. But he had a little pouch around his neck that had the coin in it, and the coin had printing on it. They opened the pouch and they saw the coin, and they recognized him as being from America. They took him into their house and they took care of him, and he eventually was sent back to the United States after the war and lived a very nice life. So he kept that challenge coin all his life. Well, now we use that challenge coin as a bondship and friendship. Now, with some of the guys like Pinkerton and Whitelock, if you happen to be out enjoying an evening, and one of those guys takes that challenge coin and they pop it on the table, you better have yours with you. Because if you don't, you're buying the drinks. So carry it with you at all times.
Thanks. That concludes the registrar's report.